Hi everybody, it's Lisa Lingenhoel with Cutler Real Estate. As you can see, Arden's not here today. Arden's out of town this week, some much needed rest. He's in North Carolina in Charlotte with our daughter Jenna and her husband, Justin, and best of all, little Jackson. So, hey Jackson, if you're watching our show this week, hope you're having a great time with Grandpa. I'll be happy to get Grandpa home tomorrow though. Anyway, well, as you can all see, I have a special guest today, and I'm so excited to have Jason on our show. But first, we have to talk about Yard of the Week. So I had 4 people nominate the same yard. It was kind of interesting. I have not ever had 4 people, usually 2. I think we had 3, but this week it was 4. 905 Bentwood in Louisville, Robert and Kara Ganser. And I will tell you, I had to go over to their house when they were not there, sneak around the yard, and as you all can see on Facebook, just the beautiful, beautiful yard that they have. I didn't jump in their pool, but I was very tempted. So anyway, we'll be out this week looking for next week's Yard of the Week. So today, awesome day, we have attorney Jason Pugh with us. And we're gonna have some great conversation with him. But Jason, welcome.
Thank you.
Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Sure. So I'm an attorney in Louisville. We are right across from the Vault Hair Salon on the nice, beautiful Victorian house, across from Unhitched as well.
Yep.
It's been a law office for 40 years.
Wow.
So
wow.
I've been with Vick Thornmore for 10 years. When I moved back to the area, I started practicing with them, and I've been an attorney for about 25 years. So born and raised in Louisville. Was involved with, and still involved with many things in Louisville, including youth soccer and helping with downtown and different things like that. So love being downtown. It's a wonderful community to work in and live in. And I live close enough that I can walk about 4 days a week to work.
Oh, wow, that's awesome.
So it's very nice.
That's awesome. Well, we're so excited that you're here today, and I know that we have some great questions to ask you, and you're gonna give everybody some great advice, and we're gonna do that right after the break, so we'll be right back.
Hello everyone, I'm Tegan Evans. As many of you know, when the Louisville Herald moved on into retirement, the city of Louisville, Nimishillen Township, and all of its community members were left with a void. The community lost its ability to hear about local events, news, information, sports, and community projects. We lost the ability to come together for Louisville's betterment. Well, we have a solution for you, Spotlight Media Network. Spotlight Media Network is a place anyone can go, whether it be social media, YouTube, or our website, that will display information in different formats to show the best Louisville has to offer. One last thing, if you have something newsworthy or something you would like the community of Louisville to hear about, send us an email at spotlightlouisville1@gmail.com. So if you want to see what is happening in Louisville or the best Louisville has to offer, check out Spotlight Media Network, where we know Louisville is #1.
Hi again, welcome back. As you know, I've got Jason Pugh here with us today, and we're going to ask some questions and get some great answers. We want to get right into it, so we can get out of here and enjoy this beautiful day, right? So Jason, what are some of the biggest concerns that your clients would have about real estate?
Yeah, so I do estate planning. That's all I do. And most of my clients own real estate. And for a lot of them, it's one of their largest assets. So their biggest concerns are how to avoid probate and what happens if they go in the nursing home. How do they pay for that?
Yeah, for sure. So how do they avoid probate?
So I think the first thing to understand is what probate is. So everyone wants to avoid it, but not everyone is sure what that means.
Yeah.
So what it means is when my clients pass, they want their real estate or their other assets to go to their family members or their loved ones as inexpensive and as efficient as possible. And the way you do that is to avoid probate by putting beneficiaries or joint owners on your property. Okay. If you don't have a beneficiary or a joint owner and you pass away with the property in your name only, then the probate court is the one that needs to help you administer that. Okay. And that's where you use your will. So for all of my clients, we're trying never to use their will. We're doing another route instead.
Okay, that's interesting.
Yeah.
So what about nursing homes?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, they're so expensive.
Yeah.
How can people maneuver through that and through the high cost of the nursing home?
Yeah, so on average right now, nursing homes are about $10,000 a month. And statistically, half of us will end up in a nursing home, and the average stay is 2 years. So on average, 1 out of every 2 of us will end up spending probably $240,000 on a nursing home in their lifetime. So there's ways to avoid having to use certain assets. And one of those ways is to get assets out of your name 5 years before you go into a nursing home. Okay. And the way you do that is you could give things to your children, but we typically never do that while you're alive if you're wanting to retain control over it, because they can be sued, they could have creditors or get a divorce. But what we do is we create an asset protection trust, which is not a revocable trust like most people are familiar with, but it's an irrevocable trust where you use your children as your trustee. But it's not their property yet. And it's kind of a nice vehicle to do that. And that starts what we call the 5-year look-back period for Medicaid. So if we did that 5 years before you need a nursing home and you went into a nursing home, you would not have to disclose that you own that real estate.
Wow, that's a lot of information.
Yes.
That's a lot of good information. So what about if somebody is already in a nursing home? Then what happens?
Yeah, so I help clients, our firm, which we have attorneys in Louisville and Canton. I work out of the Louisville office, but we are helping people every month that are going into a nursing home and they're being told that it's too late now. You have to sell your property, use the money to pay for the nursing home. And that's not how it works. Based on the law, there's ways that we can protect about half of someone's assets, even if they're in the nursing home. And we help them go through the Medicaid process and protect those assets for them. Yeah.
That's interesting. So I've heard that it could be a good idea to put your property into a trust or an LLC. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
So that is a very complicated thing depending on the person's situation, and that's what people come to see us for. Is this appropriate for them? But when we talk about trust, there's revocable and irrevocable. We talked a little bit about the irrevocable trust. The revocable trust is more of a tool that if you don't just want to list your kids as beneficiaries because maybe they're not responsible with money, or there's 7 of them and you want one in charge, then we use a revocable trust for that. And that's how we get a beneficiary that's not an individual. Then we have LLCs. And LLCs, the typical use of an LLC in our world is when we help people who have rental properties or a farm, and they're afraid that they may get sued above their insurance limits, and they want some kind of limited liability to keep what happened on that property separate from their other assets. And so that's where an LLC comes into play. And again, that's very specific to each person, but that's what we help people determine if that's something that's necessary for them.
Wow. Well, that's a lot of information.
It is.
Should I ask all those questions one more time and we'll start over? No, we won't. But anyway, well, I really appreciate you stopping in today and answering these questions that we have. I'll tell you, anybody out there, this is the attorney to go and see. Call him. What's your number?
Yeah, 330 875-8508, or you can find us online. Just Google Bixler Moore Attorneys, and we will pop up online, and just ask for me, Jason Pugh, and we can help you. There's no cost to meet with us. We want to make sure that before that you feel like you can come get information without having to pay us, and then we can discuss what things cost, and we usually can quote a flat fee and make it pretty easy for you.
Wow, that's awesome. And he's just down the road, so that's super. Anyway, everybody, that's a wrap for this week. Hope you all have a great week. I'll be out looking for Yard of the Week. And just remember, if you're buying or selling, give us a call. We are your area experts. Have a great week, everybody. Bye.
Thank you.